Here we go. Here we go. Here I go. Oh. Welcome back to another amazing episode of Rounds of the Night's Table. I'm Jim.
I'm Eric.
And today we're going to talk about Parasite. This movie's about a family who doesn't have money, live in a basement apartment, folding pizza box, or I don't know, carry-out boxes.
Like pizza boxes for money. And they're not exactly good at it.
So he has this friend that tutors this girl that is in a rich family, and this guy's going away. He's going to study abroad.
Yeah.
I thought only Americans do that shit. That seems like some arrogant American shit. I'm going to study abroad. And I don't know why I said it with that accent. What American sounds like?
How many exchange students do we have over here?
Going to study abroad, bro. You're not wrong, Eric. Oh, he's German, though. I'm Galaxia, that's my German name. As her new tutor.
Her new English tutor. His friend chooses him because he doesn't want his college friends hitting on this girl who's a sophomore in high school. We'll get to that later. I'm gonna get her when she's out of school.
So the mother of the Parks family is young.
And
very
simple.
Gullible. Simple is what they used in the movie.
Young and simple.
I'm gonna call her gullible. The dad is an architect?
I think so.
But the other guy in the house, or who used to own the house, used to be an architect?
Yeah.
There's a young boy that they have in their family. The song?
Yeah.
The fuck? This kid is like kind of wild and crazy, but they spot an opportunity to make
extra money
by having the Kim's sister move in as his art
therapist.
Not as his sister,
because
as his cousin's friend from whatever school.
Because the kid had some kind of trauma happen to him in like first grade. You know, a friend of mine knows this girl. She's highly
sought after. They're both working for this rich family. And then they're like, well, we got to get the dad in there. They get him in as the driver.
Because he used to drive. The sister gets a ride home from the Parks' driver. She leaves some under things in the car to be found.
You call them under things. Captain Under Things. She leaves her panties stuffed underneath the seat, right? For who finds him? The dad. And he's like, we gotta fire him.
He's like, the only thing you're not gonna forget are your panties.
Or your under things.
He's like, I have to wonder about the state these girls have been in. He's insinuating that maybe this driver is drugging and raping girls.
Pulling a full Cosby? So they have this housekeeper there who's been with the family for a long time.
Since the previous owner of the house.
But they find out that she's allergic to peaches.
They get some peaches and shave off the fur. And he puts it in a little tube. And he's like...
She is at the hospital coughing up. And the dad is there and he takes a selfie. He was like, oh, I took a selfie for my wife, and isn't this your housekeeper here? Blah, blah, blah.
I wasn't eavesdropping. She was just talking really loudly. I just happened to be there.
Active TB. And so then they go home, and the sister just hit her with some dust, and she's like,
coughs into a napkin and throws it away.
Mr. Kim walks over to the trash can with some hot sauce and squirts it into the napkin.
Some sriracha.
And he's like... And so they fire her ass. So now the mom has a place to go.
Well, the mom kind of covertly fires her.
Yeah.
But makes the story up that she left because she doesn't want the dad to know that she's let someone with active TB around their son.
Mrs. Kim gets in there now as the new housekeeper. And they're living a high life. The Park family decides, oh, we're going to go camping.
For the son's birthday.
For the son's birthday. They're going to be gone for the weekend. So they're like, oh, let's all stay. The Kim family's son is getting into it with the daughter of the Parks.
They stay over, kind of party it out like they would at their home. The old housekeeper comes, beaten up, it looks like.
Yeah.
You never get an explanation for that. All these years has been hiding her husband in a secret basement.
Like a bomb shelter kind of thing. All shit hits the fan. They start fighting and then the family's coming home really quick, and so they sleep under the table. Not the housekeeper because she's kind of staying. Yeah, they have to put all this shit together quick. She has an impromptu party
for Da Song on the next day because he didn't get to have his birthday camping.
And also the mom kicked the old housekeeper down the stairs.
Yeah,
and she hits her head on the wall. And they're like, gotta tie the woman's husband up and all this shit.
And he's sitting there hitting lights with his forehead.
Yeah, he's like
singing a song to Mr. Park.
Because he's trying to put Morse code for this kid to find out. He like gets out later and then fucking kills the Kim's sister.
First, the Kim's son
goes
down there to check on them. He's like, I've got to check on them. I got to see if they're okay. He's about to confess everything to the daughter. The housekeeper's dead, and the husband catches him off guard.
Fucking hits him with a rock. This giant rock that's part of like this prosperous thing, that a gift from the guy who got him the job as the tutor. That dude didn't bleed out.
He got hit twice.
He got hit like I got hit, but he ain't fucking breathing. Many men. Oh. So then the dad kills Mr. Park because he was talking shit about him smelling.
The housekeeper's husband goes and stabs the sister. Him and the mom start fighting it out, and he gets killed. Mr. Park like walks and gets like the knife or the keys away from the dead husband now. He's like smelling, and he's making a face like, oh my god, it stinks. And he had just been talking about earlier in the movie how Mr. Kim had that stank smell.
This movie just boils down between classes. Let's talk about the good.
Let's do it.
I thought this movie was shot really well.
Yeah.
And for it being a foreign movie, I found myself still really immersed in it.
A lot of people get put off by subtitles.
I thought it was really enjoyable. I thought the characters were really good. I was very immersed in the story, and then like when shit hits the fan, I felt that tension.
Oh yeah, there was some definite tension. You're like, are they really gonna make it out? Are they really gonna die? Are they really gonna die?
I think he illustrates so well the difference in classes and the difference in people, and how on both sides, it's disgusting. People have been beaten to this point,
to where they will take advantage of anyone for anything.
Out of desperation.
But then you've got the rich people that just keep beating them down, becoming so gullible because of it.
But I thought the acting was great. And this just goes to show you, because these aren't big names here. These aren't big names here. Even him, who I know did Snowpiercer and Okja. It was funny.
Oh yeah, there was a lot
It's a dark comedy, and I mean, I know how it ends up, and it sounds like it's oh shit. Even like when she kicks the woman down the stairs, like it's fucked up, but it was still funny just the way she did it, like kind of nonchalantly. The old housekeeper being so desperate to keep what she had also. I don't know about the other movies because I didn't see Ford versus Ferrari, but I did see The Irishman. I seen Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. So far, this is it for me. I agree with it being Best Picture.
The humor surprised me how much there was and how well it hit.
Well, especially because stuff gets lost in translation. People here have a different sense of humor elsewhere, but I think that if you can relate class-wise, you look at these people and at some point you've either been downtrodden like that. I found that relatable despite the culture barrier.
Yeah. And in a lot of movies that are subtitled like this, you don't really get to feel what they're trying to do and trying to say, because you lose a lot of that feeling by reading the subtitles. But in this one, it was kind of the opposite. It really, you were so immersed in it, you could hardly even tell that you were reading the subtitles. The cinematography was nice.
Really good.
The little bit of music you get in this, it really ups the tension.
What do you have for the bad?
At the end, everything got a little bit jumbled. Like, everything just moved so fast by the end. Housekeeper comes in, you find out about the secret basement, the secret husband. They find out about the whole family being there as a family and faking it. It just gets really jumbled.
I don't think I felt that way. This movie, I didn't get any drag. I didn't get anything like that. For me, the bad was the sister sitting on the toilet and the shit just, when they had a flood.
Oh my god.
And it was just pouring down rain, and then all of a sudden, everything, like if you live in the basement, it's just, oh my god, it's just disgusting. The bad for me is the son survived. You don't show that much blood. I
kind of wish the sister would have survived instead of the son. And maybe she could have gone on to get the house.
But does he actually get the house, or is that just a fantasy?
Well, he's writing the letter to his dad, but how's he getting the letter to his dad? How's he letting his dad know? Is he sending Morse code back? Does he go down and slide it into the basement or something?
And if you're going to do that, why don't you just go in?
You're sitting there watching this house. You don't know why you're watching the house, but then all of a sudden you see the Morse code.
Yeah.
So when these people are leaving, just go in there and be with your dad.
That the dad started doing Morse code, and the son just happens to be there at the right moment.
You mentioned this while we watched it. How long was that message? You get the narration from the dad about the letter that his son's decoding.
Yeah.
But it's like a 15-page letter.
Like, what if you miss like a few words? You're like, what?
If you get there halfway through? Did it have to get stretched out through different nights? At the end of his message, is he like, hey, come back tomorrow for the rest?
Like, my hand's a little tired.
We don't get to see the friend again.
Because he made out with the sophomore.
Okay, I'm glad you brought that back up, because I had forgotten.
I knew you did, and I was here for you. Like a good friend and a good neighbor. State Farm. No, fuck State Farm. I'm here.
This dude is like college drinking age. He's like 21 or older.
That might be 18 over there.
It might be. Then he's hooking up with a sophomore in high school? Does sophomore mean a different thing there?
Think about high school girls. I get older. They stay the same age.
It rubbed me the wrong way. But that's just me personally.
Yeah, but it rubbed Kevin the right way.
It had good tension, had good humor. It was overall really enjoyable. I've gone back and forth on scores in 8.2.
Ooh. I gotta score this movie a 9.2 out of 10. I thought it was really good. And when you can get me into a movie like that, good for you.
My 8.2 sounds low, but I mean it pretty high. It's a high 8.2.
He gave Sonic an 8.7. If you like this video, hit that like, press that subscribe, and we will check you out next time only on Rounds. We'll see you Monday. Peace. Double peace. Double deuce. 212. New York City. What up? 718, the only New York City number that matters.